This is WHTC in Holland. It's time now for Talk of the Town, the program in which you, the listeners, participate with your telephone calls. Our Talk of the Town number is 395-1450. And this morning, the Superintendent of Schools is with us, and he has with him a whole group of young people that are going to help him, I guess, on the program, right?
We do. I have some special guest visitors to talk about some of our extracurricular programs that we have at Holland Public Schools.
Okay, what are we going to start with?
Well, today we're going to start with two of our fine seniors from Holland High, Michelle Bakker and Kim Jung. They are representing our U.S. First Robotics team, and we have a number of individuals that are part of that process. But I'm going to let them talk a little bit about what the U.S. First Robotics team is, what the experience is like, what this year's competition was like, and also to do a shout out to our sponsors and our coaches. So, Michelle, Kim, take it away.
All right, just a quick overview of what the robotics program is we have a season like any other sport, and we kind of call ourselves a sport kind of jokingly, but we are given a challenge that this year our challenge was to build robots that could shoot frisbees and climb an 8-foot-tall pyramid. And so we are given 6 weeks to come up with a way to solve this challenge through designing a robot, building it, programming it, and doing all the electrical components for it. And so that was basically what the year was like, kind of in a nutshell. And then we go on to compete at regional events.
Yeah, we went to 2 regional events this year, one at Gull Lake High School and one at Grand Valley called West Michigan. We actually did pretty well with our competitions, although unfortunately we did not qualify to go on to state. We were actually able to form an alliance with Zeeland and Holland Christian at West Michigan. That was really exciting for us because we know those teams and we get along really well.
So, ladies, could you talk a little bit about what the competition is like? It's not just your robot on the field. Who else is on the field? How many robots? And how are these alliances formed? And what does that whole competition look like?
Right. So robotics is really a cooperative event. It's not like most sports where you're always against another team. You have to work with other teams as well from other school areas. So what it is you have 6 robots on the field at a time, 3 on each team, basically. So it's 3 against 3. And then based on how well you do in the qualification rounds, you can form alliances in the end to go on to the finals. And it gets a little confusing from there. But so the people who are at the top 8 get to choose alliances of 3. And so we got picked by Holland Christian, and then we picked Zeeland, yes.
You know, we've been talking about our extracurricular activities that we have at Holland High, and really appreciate what Michelle and Kim talked about with U.S. First Robotics. Want to introduce to you now Delaney Piggins and Michael Karadsheh, who are representing our forensics team at Holland High School. In addition to our debate program and our very highly successful theater program, I'm not sure everyone understands how successful our forensics team is. And so we have Delaney here, who is actually the state champion in 2012. And we have Michael here, and here to talk a little bit about what forensics is, where are you at in the process this year, and what have you learned from the experience? So, Michael, Delaney, share your story.
Well, I think one of the things that people really get confused about when they hear forensics is they automatically think, oh, forensics, like CSI, science competition. But no, it's actually a speech and interpretation competition. So people who are maybe more interested in the acting part of it could do an DI, dramatic interpretation piece, or a duo with a partner, or someone who is more interested in public address could do a speech, like I did an oratory on arts education, or this year I'm doing a sales speech on method cleaning products. So there's we have tournaments, and we have regionals and state, and then national qualifiers as well.
How was it to be state champion last year?
It was actually really awesome. It was my second category that I'd done, and I think there was a lot of pressure because last year I won state 2 the year before, and I just had high expectations for myself. And so just to really work hard and to complete that was just awesome. It really was.
Good. Michael, so where are you at in the process?
Well, we just finished regionals. My speech is always a work in process, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how it'll grow throughout the season. And national qualifiers is actually coming up this weekend, and I'm very excited for it.
So what's your topic for yours?
My oratory is actually on the elimination of the penny and the burden it has on the economy, and how people don't really realize that because it's in use so often.
So let's put you on the spot a little bit. Give us just a brief glimpse into what your oratory is about. Do a little bit of it for us.
Oh, do you want me to do a little bit of it?
Yeah, do a little bit right here.
Oh, okay. I can do that. The first pennies were created in 1793 during the foundation of our country. From 1793 to 1852, pennies were made of 100% copper ore. In 1857, in an effort to streamline our monetary system as well as save materials, the half-cent coin was abolished. The half-cent coin was abolished when it was worth over 10 times what a penny is worth today. Assuming the timing was correct before, this means we should have eliminated the penny decades ago.
Excellent. Very good. Delaney, how about a little bit of yours?
Okay. Let's see here.
By the way, they do not have a script in front of them. You can vouch for that.
So you've just cleaned your entire kitchen with lemon-scented antibacterial cleaner, your toilet with bleach-enhanced cling gel, your windows with crystal shine spray, and you've topped it all off with a spritz of odor neutralizer that smells like morning linen. You're feeling pretty good. You take a deep breath of the cleaning product, and what is that filling your lungs? Nothing but butane, propane, carbon tetrachloride, trithylene glycol, and a whole host of chemical compounds most of us can't pronounce. We have to ask ourselves, why are our cleaning products so dirty?
Well, Juke, I really appreciate our different format this morning, being able to showcase some of the learning taking place at Holland High. And this is a celebration year as we continue our conversation about extracurricular activities. It's actually 100 years of celebration of orchestra in the district. And with me now is senior A.J. Bedard, who is representing the orchestra program and all of his fellow students who attend there. And they've had a very successful season of competition this year, and we've got some upcoming events coming up. So, Andrew, why don't you talk about how you got involved with orchestra to begin with, and then let's talk about the season so far.
Well, as fifth graders, there's a orchestra program that starts out where you can come in and start learning what kind of instruments you can possibly play for the upcoming year, and we actually kind of get together early in the morning and we just start practicing as fifth graders, and then as you grow, you go into middle school, you just join the orchestra there, and then you just keep going up into high school. Hopefully you stay with it because it's actually a great program. And actually this year the chamber and symphony orchestras received ones at district festival, which is a huge success for us, and it just shows you a lot of how time, effort, and practice can really come to success.
And the ones are the best score that you can get, and not only did you got straight ones across the board, is that correct?
No, we actually got a 2 in sight reading.
2 in sight reading. What is sight reading?
Sight reading is where you go into this room and you all set up, and we get a random piece that we haven't played before, and we look it over, we talk about it as an orchestra. Mr. Reika helps us out by showing us kind of the roadmaps along the way, if we have to repeat or a fermata, and we kind of just practice it for a little bit, and then we play it just for the first time, and they score us on how we did, what kind of dynamics we used, and how we presented the piece for the first time.
Okay, so what instrument do you play?
I play string bass.
String bass. So for the listeners out there that may not have an orchestra background, what's the difference between the chamber orchestra and the symphony orchestra?
The chamber orchestra is a very advanced string orchestra where we just have strings with violins, violas, cellos, and basses. But the symphony orchestra includes the winds, the brass, and the percussion. So it's basically, like in films, you hear a lot of timpani, you hear a lot of brass, you hear a lot of different instruments that come together to form this amazing masterpiece. That's symphony orchestra, where you take all of these different sounds and you put it together in this one collage of instruments that just create a great sound.